It's your weekly tip. Yanni here with your DMV team Realty. So we talked about what happens to a buyer if they decide to back out of the purchase contract. If they walk out without a legitimate contingency in the contract, well, the buyer forfeits their earnest money deposit. But what happens if the seller decides they don't want to sell and wants to back out? Can they do that? What do they lose? Well, the scenario is certainly not as common as a buyer deciding to back out, but yes, it can happen. Simply put, sellers have far fewer options for backing out of a real estate contract than buyers do. Can a seller decide to back out? Well, yes, technically they could, but they would be in breach of contract for sure. The consequences, though, are a bit more complicated and can take a while compared to the immediate result of a buyer losing their EMD if they walk out. If a seller decides to cancel a deal when the home is already under contract, they can be either legally forced to close anyway or sued for financial damages. Legally, the buyer can sue for specific performance, meaning the seller did not perform the duties outlined in the contract. In this case, the judge can order the seller to complete the sale of the home and transfer the title to the buyer. Or the buyer can sue for damages caused by the breach of contract, which can include temporary housing costs, storage costs, inspection fees, survey fees, legal fees, and so on. Now, these are options the buyer has, but is it likely they go through with any of these? Probably not. The cumbersome legal process plus costs they would also have to incur is usually not worth it. So if a seller decides they don't want to sell, well, the buyer just moves on. Hopefully this was beneficial to you. If it was, please be sure to share, like, and subscribe or follow. Good luck.